All right, hang on a sec. Can I have some water, please?
No.
You really hid those soy crisps from me, didn't you?
Well, you will eat them all without a thought.
Oh, they're so good, soy crisps.
You know I don't
They're
like sharing.
so good.
Take the rabbit
I've got so many things to go through with you before we actually get started on
We
the
have
topic.
some admin.
We do.
Oh no.
First of all, just the current situation is me and Maddie are quite unwell.
We are a bit sick today.
And I was convinced it was COVID.
Yeah, and I wasn't.
And you were like, no, it's not.
Whenever he thinks it's COVID, it's never COVID.
Yeah. But I was just convinced because it's the fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these very sort of specific symptoms. Yeah, I thought it was COVID, but obviously,
Lo and behold, it's not.
lo and behold, we did the test. It's not. But it's just the fatigue and
So
the
tired.
oh,
Tired,
yeah,
Daniel.
just tired and just like headachy and just whatever. And we were almost not going to do it today. We were just like, it's fine. We'll just, we'll rest up. We'll put it out. Say, hey, sorry, no episode this week. We're unwell. And then we've been watching TV all day, and now we're just fucking restless.
Yeah, so now you lucky ducks just get a mediocre episode.
Because we were
You're
just
welcome.
like, oh, what do we do today? We can't go anywhere.
Let's do
We've
it.
TV'd out.
Yeah.
We were binging The Jackal, and now we're just,
Good show though.
oh, it is a good show. But we just, and I
We
was
thought
like,
it
well, do you
was
want
time.
to, you suggested board game, and I was like, oh, then I got to get it out of the car. So we were like, fuck it. Let's just podcast.
This is where we're at. You
So I do
absolutely lucky ducks. You're getting it at us at our very best today.
You're getting us at a 45%. We're hopefully by the end of the episode we'll be up to a 50. Now, moving on to the next matter before we jump into the topic. Maddie,
Right.
last episode, an absolute cardinal sin that I cannot believe that we
What?
overlooked.
Oh no.
For the first time in 20 episodes,
Mm.
we did not do your intro.
We did.
No, we didn't.
I'm sure we
didn't.
did.
I've played it back.
Because I remember telling you.
What?
I'm sure we did.
No, we did the sign off.
Yeah, I remember that.
We didn't do. Okay, hang on.
Oh god.
I'm going to play it. We are in Manila, not the Philippines.
Mm.
Yeah, we do
Manila,
that.
New South Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Very carrots of all kinds.
Welcome back to Bird Chat.
Mm.
We've Very funny, funny gag here. How meta is this? We're just listening to our own podcast, and not only our own podcast, the one we recorded last week. And she has agreed to cameo episode. We're very. Yeah, we've started to gear up. Yep.
Really?
And then Beth just starts. Yeah.
Well, that's terrible news.
It is really bad news.
We might have to cut one in. I think we'll have to.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
We can. I can actually.
That's everyone's favourite part.
Is that the feedback you're getting?
Among other things.
Yeah. And your voice, your very beautiful sounding voice. That's what they always say.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm disappointed in us.
I'm also.
But I take full responsibility and accountability.
Well, you should, yeah.
Yeah, because
It's always your fault.
excuse me, I edit it and I put it together, and then I was steamrolling at the start last week. 'Cause
yes,
I was like,
you always do, and I always have to remind you about the opener.
oh no, I always forget.
Well, you haven't done it now.
Well, no time like the present. Maddie, do you want to intro us?
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
We
Thank
did
God.
it.
Thank God.
Good. That's one thing off the list.
So today we are going to be talking about Neighbours, but not the show.
Well, you just sung the
I know.
Neighbours theme
I
song, so you
know.
just confused everybody.
I know. We're not talking about the show today. We probably will eventually. We probably will eventually touch on Neighbours and Home and Away. But today we want to just talk about the neighbours that we had growing up in different places. I've got a lot of stories. I feel like you mentioned you've got quite a few stories as well.
Well, I don't know so much about stories, but I did have neighbours,
Oh, well, that's
and
good.
there were some strange things about some of them.
And there's some standout characters. Yeah, we had a lot. Yeah, there was definitely some strange types in the vicinity.
There always is.
Yeah, but what's interesting is about my stories is that I'm definitely, I would be a story for them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, of
and I'll give you more
course.
context later, but they would have, like, I reckon, been like, oh, we had this fucking
kid.
this
yeah.
fucking kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
You would have been a nightmare neighbour.
We all were. So, Maddie,
Yes.
tell me about your neighbours.
Well, so in the first house we lived in when I was a kid, we had quite a lot of property, but down the road, like sort of out one of our neighbours on one side, it was pretty far away. You could cut across our sort of property and kind of cross the road and get to their place.
Yeah.
My little sister was friends with their kid.
Can we just, what location are we in?
Oh, Rosebank.
Right. Where's that near?
Sort of in the quadrangle of Ballina, Byron, Lismore.
Oh, cool.
That sort of
Yeah,
area.
sure.
So my little sister was friends with their kid. They were the same age, went to the same school.
Sure.
So we spent a bit of time there.
Yeah.
They had an ostrich farm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like just on their property?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remember them having these massive ostriches and them being quite aggressive.
Yeah.
They are pretty.
Yeah, they are. Them and emus, you do not fuck with them. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but some emus can be quite friendly, but
Yeah.
I think ostriches are the kind of spicy emu variant.
Yeah, sure.
And they're huge.
Oh, huge.
So you'd go up to the fence because, you know, me liking animals, I always would try to befriend them.
Yeah.
But they'd go at you.
Get away from me.
They would
Get the fuck away from me,
they
little
would.
girl.
And they'd kick at you with their big feet and scratch the fence. And
Oh, shit. Wow.
I know.
Would you learn your lesson or would you be like, no, I'm going to win you over?
Yeah, I don't think I learned my lesson.
All right. No, she's just having an off day. They're like, Maddie, she's going to try and kill you. No, she's my best friend.
I'm going to ride her one
I'm
day.
gonna
Yeah. I'm going to put a little saddle and off we
Yeah,
go.
just like in Donkey Kong Country. Anyway, sorry. Ostrich farm. Back on track.
No, that's sort of it. But
Right. Well, that's
you're like, great story.
no.
Maddie.
I mean, it's interesting. What, like, were they good friends?
They were good friends. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but
so
they
we-
didn't let you. And were they ever vocal, being like, "Oh, hey, you know, Beth, just letting you know, you should probably keep your kids away from the ostriches, like they will."
No, it was a fast and loose time, as we know. No one really cared that much.
It's interesting that Zub was just friends with. Was she like Zub's age or something?
Yeah, they were the same age and
Yeah,
went to
right.
the same school and everything.
And you just tag along, be like, "Me again."
yeah, well,
Here to play with the ostriches.
with my
You come in a vet outfit. They're like, "Oh no."
oh no, not her again.
Yeah.
With my siblings, we all sort of just kind of would hang out together sometimes with
Yeah, I
with
see
their
that.
friends and them with our friends. And
Yeah,
we'd sort of-
I've been on Family Christmas. I know.
It's a very communal affair.
Yeah,
isn't
which
it?
is no, it's not bad.
It
It's
is
fine.
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, for sure.
You're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, some
yeah.
little
I
bit
do
of
have plans next
little
year.
bit of privacy wouldn't go astray, but no, no, it's fine.
Yeah, me walking in on Nick in the bathroom. That was a
Oh, when
that
he was
a low
shitting,
point,
yeah, yeah,
that we have somehow survived with no lock on our family bathroom door
it's
for
wild.
20 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Does that not lock? It
No.
doesn't. Hey, wow.
No lock. And this has happened many a time and we still haven't learnt our lesson.
Yeah, felt sorry for the girls. Nick destroyed that toilet, and then I jumped in and
And my little sister's bedroom is directly opposite the communal bathroom and
yeah,
they weren't pleased. Her and her partner were not pleased.
yeah, but that's all right. They'll get over it. Anyway, wow. So ostrich farm.
Yeah. It's just wild that as a kid you'd just go to people's places and it
Yeah.
wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've got so much to say about that.
Yeah, go on.
But do you have any other stories?
Oh yeah, but we'll do a back and forth.
Okay, here's where I'll start, and it might not surprise you, but I was banned
From where? From everywhere.
from 2 different neighbours' houses.
I love it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what? To this
I
day,
mean, I probably know why. But go
yeah.
on.
To this day, I don't really understand. I think the kids were a little bit younger than me, but not like alarmingly so. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't like a 14-year-old hanging out with a, like I was still young and a
Nothing to
kid
cause
in
a
primary
panic.
school. I was a couple of years older than them, but not alarmingly so. I remember it happened 2 different times, 2 different. Look, I was probably just a little shit back then.
Well, yeah.
I probably had no sense of,
Boundaries.
Yeah, and I know I've mentioned on this podcast before that I was quite polite when I went to people's houses, but I think less so at the neighbours' places because it felt more communal, I guess,
You saw
which
them
is so
as an
weird.
extension of your own
I
house.
guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything specifically happening. I honestly don't. I don't remember any specific incidents or anything. I just remember one day that it was so awkward and weird, but the dad coming over and being like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And then just being like, hey, I don't want you to play with these kids anymore.
He said it to you.
Yeah, he said it to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so awkward.
It was, and it was an interesting choice, wasn't it? Like, why not talk to the parents?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because I was so young. I cannot stress enough. Like, I was definitely still in primary school, and I for sure wasn't in like year 6. Because by the time I was in year 6, like we were, like I don't know. It was just very different.
And you don't remember him saying anything about what you did?
No, again, I don't think it was. I don't think there was anything that happened. I think maybe they just thought I was a bad influence. Like maybe I used to swear a bunch or something. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe there was just certain. I don't know if I was like dangerous or acting like stupid in front of them or something. But like it's something like that for sure. Like it was something like I was the fucking. Hey, you guys know what a cigarette is? Like maybe it was that. That I was just like kind of that older kid who they thought and they got scared of that I was corrupting them,
That's funny.
Yeah, and then all this, so it happened at 2 different places.
That's so wild that it happened at 2.
Yeah,
neighbours.
it was the neighbor across the road and then the neighbor across the road from them.
Oh my God. Are you sure you weren't just going out on the street and just like getting nude or something? Because that is something you
maybe.
do.
No.
And so it was the neighbours next to you and then the ones across from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
was
they
it
were
for the
weird.
same reason or you don't know?
Again, I don't know. I honestly think it was just I was older and just like a bad influence, because I was probably swearing and I had older brothers that I was being influenced by.
Yeah. of
So
course.
I was like watching South Park really young and I was, like I had like a way more and they were young kids. They didn't have like, it wasn't like our family. Like when Darren's 10 years older than me. So when I was 6, he was 16. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? When I was 8, he was 18 and drinking and going out. You know what I mean? So I was like exposed to all of the adult stuff at a really young age.
Yeah, of course.
So it was I probably had that, I was just probably carrying that around with me.
Yeah,
you know?
you're a naughty bad boy.
Yeah, whereas like,
And the neighbours didn't like
they
it.
were what seemed to be like relatively conservative, particularly the ones across from us, like pretty conservative, pretty put together, pretty well adjusted, and
You were a bad influence for sure.
Yeah, I remember I saw the mum sunbaking topless once. That was great.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was sick.
You were just finished saying that they were a kind of conservative family.
That's true.
And the mums out there just la 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 la. No.
I think I saw it through the fence. I was like,
Oh.
oh, that's awesome.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her, good for me.
Good for all
Good
of
for
us.
everyone. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Just pass the tennis ball back to you.
Yeah, well, so this was one of the houses that my story is a lot more wholesome than yours.
Oh, sorry. Mine get... No, but the rest of mine are all right. But yeah, go on.
This is one of the houses we lived in. I think it was actually the second one from... So we had that first house with the ostrich farm neighbours. Second house, we had this older lady that lived... We sort of lived in a cul-de-sac road.
Yeah.
We were kind of at the end and she was down the road a little bit. She went away quite a bit and she always asked us, my sisters and I, to look after her cats.
Okay.
And she had about, I think there was 6 or 7 Persian.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
The
They're like
big-
high maintenance ones.
Yeah,
right?
the big fluffy ones.
Oh, no.
With the flat squished faces.
Oh, no.
So cute. We were always so excited to look after them.
Yeah.
But, you know, you'd come over to feed them and they'd sort of all come out
6?
like one by one.
6.
I think more than 6.
That's
There
a
was
lot of cats,
I can't remember if she bred them or what the go was there, but
Jeez, she's the
there
cat
was a
lady.
lot.
Yeah.
And they were all sort of these normal cats. They'd all come out and, you know, you'd feed them in a row with their flat plates because they couldn't squish their faces into normal bowls.
Yeah.
They have to have plates. And they were really cute and you'd brush them and stuff. And there was one of them so that you'd see them all except for one. There's always one.
Yeah.
His name was Oscar.
Yeah.
He was really grumpy and he'd hide in the top of the cupboard.
Oh.
And you'd have to feed him in the bedroom.
Because he wouldn't come
He
out.
wouldn't come out. So you'd go into the cupboard to check, you know, he's there and he's all right. And you'd walk into the bedroom and you'd just see his little grumpy face from the top of the wardrobe. And he looked different than the others. Like he was a little bit special. I don't know, a bit different. Darker, or his colouring was darker or something. And
It's so cute that you like... This is how much you love animals. Like this is so ingrained into your core memory.
It was so cute.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I got banned from. It's such an opposite.
And I saw my neighbour topless.
yeah, that's ingrained into my memory. I'm like there, and they were just so nice. They're just perky. They were. One of them hid in the cupboard, and I had to get food out, and we'd go and then come out of a
to coax it
bikini.
out. Oh.
Sorry.
But it was just so cute because she'd leave the instructions and be like, oh, you know, Oscar.
That's what the
hides in
neighbour did for
cupboard.
me as well. She goes, so the left titty. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, so she left it. Yeah, that's a lot of cats.
So many.
Yeah, I don't
So
understand. I think, like, how does it happen? Do you start with one and you go, I need to get him a friend, and then go, oh, they're not getting along. I better get a third one to balance it, and then it's 3. And going, oh, the more the merrier. Number 4. Then it's like, I think I've got a problem. Number 5. It's like,
Mum will hate me for admitting this.
Oh,
but
no.
We had a lot of cats at one point.
how many?
Like 9.
No, you.
We did.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
Mum's gonna
serious?
Be so
Why
pissed
didn't
at
we
me.
open with this?
Yeah, we used to have a lot.
Oh my
But
gosh.
in our defense, it was all stray rescue cats. It wasn't purebred. Like we didn't buy
What,
the
they
cats.
just took over your house?
Yeah, well, no. Well, my family and I, we've always had a bit of a rescuing kind of
Oh,
animal
believe me, Maddie.
complex.
I fucking know. Can we
I
sidestep?
know you know. I'm explaining to the
Yeah, all right,
listeners.
go on, sorry.
And Mum would she'd end up with these little strays from people would bring them into work or, you know, just by happenstance we'd end up. And then we couldn't say no, basically. And then we, being probably irresponsible pet owners, one of the female cats wasn't desexed and she got pregnant and then had kittens and whatever. But yeah, at one point we had 9. Nine.
That's a
I
lot of
took 9.
Do you remember? Is that Bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids.
Yeah. I took 9 of them, yeah.
And being country people, you know, they weren't just inside cats. They would all just sort of roam around. Very irresponsible now that I think back on it. But, you know, we were just farm people, country people. That's just what you do. So we were probably those neighbours where everyone was like, why do they have so many fucking cats?
Yeah, wow.
My mum only has one now, everybody.
Yeah,
Don't come at me.
Wesley.
Okay, it's your turn.
It's my turn. We had another neighbor down the road. This isn't really a quick story. It's actually a callback to something that we've already said. And Cherie befriended her. Cherie would just, I feel like me and Cherie would just go befriend people, but she befriended her. She was a bit older than Cherie. Again, probably similar age difference to me and these other kids, right? But she got along with us. I think she might have even babysat us or looked after us. But anyway, she was the one who had that princess cake and didn't let anyone eat it. Yeah, because we came to her birthday. I can't remember how old she turned.
So iconic.
And I remember I used to play Nintendo 64 at her house. It was so much fun. But yeah, so that was that one. I think we should talk about my next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of funny stories about them. The older couple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, they didn't like us.
No, I can imagine.
And they were suspicious of us.
Oh.
So anytime, I don't know who they thought we were or what was going on. Look, we made a lot of noise.
Oh,
for sure.
yeah. Oh, God.
For
I
sure.
can only imagine the noise you guys would have made. Jesus Christ. The Gileses, my God. Such a loud family. You can probably tell by the laughter happening right now. All of them have that laugh, by the way. And I can just imagine you guys as kids. My God. Sorry. Continue.
Sorry, I just had to get off that.
Obviously, living somewhere inside me, I had to get out. Nah, love you guys.
Half of them listen, Maddie.
I know. Well, just tell me it's something I just said that's not true.
It's so true. We are. We're so loud.
Yeah, you are.
So loud. It is a.
I feel sorry for our neighbours at the moment.
I don't think they can hear us.
Well, let's hope not.
I don't think they can. I honestly think all of these walls are reinforced because we don't hear anything.
It's true. We don't.
We literally don't hear a
But they
peep.
might be really quiet.
No.
So we'll just never know.
No. Because our neighbour with kids, then I'll step out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll step out into the hallway and hear their kids going crazy, and I'm like, wow, literally with the door closed, you can't hear anything.
They must wonder how many kids we have.
It's just me.
It's just you.
We'll go leave a note. It's just me. It's so funny. Oh my God, the Giles family. They're so loud.
You are.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's so funny.
Continue.
Cherie's going to love that. So, irrespective of the noise that we made, for some reason, this motherfucker, he would step out anytime we were out the front and he would just stand there.
Oh.
Kind of pretending to look straight ahead. Like he was just out, just looking. Just looking at the road, looking at the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just stand there.
Wow.
It was so weird.
Well, he might have been a pedo.
No, he was there with his wife.
It doesn't mean anything.
It's true.
How old were you?
All through primary school and high school, yeah.
You only had one house.
We had two. We had two. Yeah. Well, three if you include where we lived in America, but yeah. And they were both in Beacon Hill. Isn't that weird?
A little bit.
Yeah. We literally lived a couple of streets away. And then we were like,
that suburb apparently.
Well, we needed a bigger place. And I think they did
God, there is 10,000 of you.
Yeah. There's 10,000 of you. There's only one more than you guys have.
True. It does seem like there's a million of you.
Yeah. Well, now Cherie's got kids and Darren has a kid and all that stuff. Anyway, so he'd walk out.
Yeah.
And he'd kind of be standing there and he'd just be looking and all this kind of shit. And here was the other scat thing. Where my bedroom window was, his kitchen window was.
Yeah.
So if I couldn't have the window open, have the blinds open and get changed. I couldn't, it was, and it was so close. I can't even, I'm not exaggerating, it felt like a couple of meters away.
And you'd look over and see him with the binoculars.
And sometimes
anyway.
I forget.
They're like, it's so close. What's the point? He'd still have the binoculars.
Yeah.
So straight into the bedroom window.
Because your penis is so small, son. Your penis is so small. I need the binoculars. No, and so one time it really pissed me off. He had this train alarm.
Train alarm.
Yeah, it was an alarm that made a bunch of train noises.
Oh God.
And it would go off at the most ridiculous
No.
times. Like
You'd hear it.
Oh yeah.
From
in the
his
middle of the
bedroom.
night and stuff. I think it was in their living room or something. It was
What?
like it was in the middle of the night. And I'll never forget. It was like it was so scared. I was
Are
so
you
fucking
sure
pissed off.
it wasn't
100%. What, a train, an actual train? I'm pretty sure. Northern beaches, we don't have train stations.
No, a toy train set or something.
Why would he have a toy train set?
Because he's a pedo.
That is a very good reason to have a toy.
You know, it could have been set up in his living room. You wouldn't know.
No, I think it was an alarm.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah, it felt like it happened at all times. And then there was another time.
Definitely some sort of like toy model thing.
There was another time. There's a few things. I'm ashamed to admit this. We used to harass this guy so much. This poor guy.
You're Dennis the Menace.
Oh, it was a little bit.
It just occurred to
I
me.
think I
You
was.
are.
That's why I got banned from the from the neighbours' houses because I was fucking Dennis the Menace.
Harassing.
That's what I was.
What's the guy?
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. You were. You're exactly Dennis the Menace.
A little bit. But anyway, so there was one time where he would get up in the middle of the night because, I don't know.
His train alarm would go
His
off.
train alarm would go off and he'd be like, right,
Well,
all
time to get
aboard,
up.
time to get to the station.
All aboard.
Please, he'd put on his conductor's cap.
Yes.
It's like a fantasy thing he had going on.
Sounds like it.
And then he would go out into the kitchen and turn the lights on. The light would fucking beam into my room.
I'm off that.
And one time I went like this. I went, boom. Like Jack, for those who can't see, I do. If you've seen Titanic, where Rose slaps the window with her hand
in the sex scene.
in the sex scene, yes, I did that, but giving the finger. So I like smacked my window, just giving the finger. They 100% would have seen. Like they
Really?
100%.
But through your window.
No. I did it above the blinds, so it just smacked the window.
Like
I can't-
making a big bang.
Yeah, I made a big bang, but I can't even, I can't begin to explain how close the windows were.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very, very close, you know? If I did anything there, they would have been able to see it 100%. So I did that. And then shortly after, the lights turned off. And then I felt bad.
Well,
So then I changed my rude finger to a thumbs up.
wait, were you just holding your middle finger up against the window for all that time?
It wasn't that long because then they must have changed. They must have turned the light off after I gave the finger, like 2 seconds later.
Maybe he just got up to wee in the kitchen.
No.
Oh my God, you're so rude.
It gets worse.
Oh no.
And it got worse when we had a cat
Okay.
because Maxie, my cat, didn't give a fuck. He had no rules,
They never do.
respect for boundaries. He's like,
Yeah.
that's my garden, that's my fucking thing. And I remember one time I'd go, Maxie, like get off. And he went, keep it on your side, sir.
Keep it on your side. The cat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't like him.
Oh, well, he's no longer with us, but
Oh, well, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Um,
Shout out Bernie.
Shout out to Mr. Wilson.
No, Bernie is his name. Was his name.
Mr. Wilson.
But anyway, so then another thing, right? Again, on the rude finger in the window. I don't know why, but my friend Chris from primary school traced my entire hand, giving the finger, and we put it up on the window as a permanent display.
I kind of rate that though. That's funny. Why did he turn the lights on in the middle of the night?
I don't know.
Like the kitchen
He was a
light,
weird guy.
specifically.
He was a weird guy.
He was
He'd
an old
always-
man.
He was an old man, and look, it sucks because like we never really properly got to know him. I don't even think my dad did, but I think if you asked either of my parents, they would probably say the same thing. Like I've got very little memories of him. I know he used to walk out the front, but like they didn't talk much. Like they were kind of strange people. And then another time I used to climb up on our roof. And then I jumped over, like just when I knew he was away, and I think my parents were away sometime or something. And I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was bored, but I climbed up onto his roof just to like see what the deal was.
See.
Yeah, just to see
See
like
what?
I don't know, like his backyard or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know because I know that one time we went into his house, but I can't for the life of me remember why. And maybe I'll chat to Cherie and like see.
Was there a model train in there?
Oh, I think there might have been.
Are you serious?
There might have been.
You know, I said that just a second ago.
I know,
nothing clicked.
but I don't know.
Are you lying just to make the podcast?
No,
more exciting?
I swear. No, I would never do that. I would
Creating
never do
a
that.
mystery.
I would never do that. No.
Okay, well there you go.
I feel like, we went into his house. But anyway, so I climbed up onto his roof and then the neighbour, his neighbour on the other side, reported it to him. And then he confronted me in front of my mum. And my mum, to her credit, was always so defensive of anybody trying to fuck with me. Like another parent or something. He's like, he didn't do that.
When you very clearly did.
Yeah. And then she probably even asked me, and I was like, no, I didn't. And I'm like, yeah, definitely
Wasn't
did.
me.
Yeah, definitely did. Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't have known it was specifically you, surely, because you got two brothers.
Oh, yeah, but that's true. But I feel like they would have been like, look out for that little boy.
It was the littlest
It's
one.
the littlest one. Yeah, the little boy.
And did you see anything in his backyard?
I, funnily enough, saw a train conductor's outfit, 3 little boys buried. No, I didn't. No.
Buried? How'd you see him then?
Because they were fresh graves. No, I'm joking.
Half buried.
Yeah, half buried. What else do you have for neighbours stories? I'm just trying to think if I've got any others.
So in our third house, it's funny that I've gone in order somehow.
Yeah.
So this is our third house as a kid. It was on top of a hill. I don't know why that's relevant, but it was an awesome place on top of this hill, all this land, and then we had the land going down to this river at the bottom of the hill.
No, kind of like you do now.
Yeah. The Cooks River doesn't really count.
Oh, are you talking about? No. I mean your mum's place.
Oh, sorry.
Your
Yes,
mum's
yes.
place.
Yeah, but bigger.
Also, don't say the. I'm going to beep out that river that you just said. Remember, it's an enigma where we live. We need to
I'm
keep.
pretty sure we've said the Cooks River on this before.
Have we?
think so.
Well,
It's an
Cooks River's a
enigma.
big river.
Well, I also gave away where my mum lives, so
Yeah, that's fine. They won't look for us there.
not really anonymous.
We're only there
anymore.
once a year. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Who's they? Who's looking for us?
I don't know. Someone.
Anyway, so yeah, we had these neighbours at the bottom of the hill, and funnily enough, one of the kids was
Had toy trains.
in my year at
Yeah.
school, and she was the one I was mean to at school
Oh,
that time when I told her that she couldn't be
Wet and Wild.
come with us to Wet and Wild.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway,
That's okay.
regretful about that. But
That's
we did
okay.
actually used to play together prior to that. I used to go over to their place, and she had her room was sort of in the attic, and it was really cool. And we used to make experiments. So her parents had the best names I think I've ever heard to this day.
Oh, let's hit me with it.
Okay, so their first names were Phil
Yeah.
and Sue. Unremarkable at first.
Okay.
Guess what his last name was?
I don't know.
Hill.
Hill.
Guess what her last name was?
Wait, they weren't together?
Well, they were, but I don't think they were married. So
Okay.
she still had
So
her.
Phil
but
Hill.
She didn't.
What was her last name? What was her last name? What was it?
Maboo. It was. I swear to you.
Super Boo. Why didn't we open with that? Why don't we just use that and then just
That's
pack
the
it
whole
out?
podcast.
It's just that. Hey guys, a 9-second episode for you. You're welcome.
9 seconds.
Sumaboo.
Phil Hill and Sumaboo.
I don't know. Phil Hill's funny, but Sumaboo is so good. Sumaboo.
Who would do that to their child? I guess
M.A.
maybe it was Suzanne Maboo, but it's not really better.
How do you not sit there and think they might shorten this to Sue?
Exactly.
Who has the time to say Suzanne? Sumaboo.
In Australia, you always have to think of the nicknames. You have to.
You have to.
You have to. That's just what happens.
Sumaboo.
Philip Hill and Suzanne Maboo.
Sumaboo. Oh
Maboo,
God,
yeah.
that's so funny.
Doesn't it just
This whole topic was
delight you?
worth it. What if we didn't do Neighbours? What if we didn't record today? You might not have remembered that.
Yeah.
We have Sumaboo now. We're going to be writing Sumaboo for months.
Isn't it the best?
What are our kids' names?
Unremarkable kids' names.
Yeah.
Not rhyming, but I wish they were.
Wait, what? Okay, if you're Maboo, what's funny kids' names? So you can come up with.
Yeah.
So you're Sue. And
Well,
then
it has to be Clue. Cluedo.
Clue. Clue
Or
Maboo.
Malmaboo. It has a has a ring to it.
Was it
Kind of like
Malcolm?
Malibu, but
Malmaboo.
is pretty good.
Oh. Foo to Maboo.
Yeah, too.
No, there's nothing better than Sue
It's
Maboo.
not.
There's
no,
nothing
it's
better.
The best one.
Would she go, hi, Sue Maboo?
Or just Boo Maboo. Boo Boo Maboo.
Boo Boo Maboo. Boo Boo Maboo.
Isn't Jamie Oliver's kid called Boo Boo?
I think it's called Boo Boo
He
Maboo.
has he has very interesting names for his kids. Jamie Oliver.
I didn't know that.
Teddy, I think one of them's called.
I can't get over Sue Maboo.
It's good, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's really good. I was
Oh.
trying to think of like a funnier name with the last name Maboo.
I don't know if there's one
But
funnier.
I think Sue Maboo takes the cake.
Roo?
Oh, Roomaboo.
Roomaboo
Yeah, I don't
is
know,
good.
but Sue Maboo. It keeps reminding me of Lubemobile. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well that has come up on this podcast before.
Yeah. Sue Maboo. That's 1332. Sue Maboo. Sue Maboo. Sue Maboo will come to you with her husband Phil. Hey, he's in the ad.
Hi, my last name's Hill.
Hey, my last name's Hill. Sue Maboo will come to you. That's Sue Maboo.
And Phil Hill.
And her daughter can't go too wet and wild.
Oh, don't.
Sorry. Oh my God. I'm so happy.
How good is it?
I'm so happy about Sue Maboo. Sue Maboo. Yeah, so
Balloomaboo.
Baloo Maboo.
Baloo.
There you
Off
go.
the jungle.
Mr. Magoo Maboo.
What's the jungle one?
I feel like I'll get a
Book.
text from Simon being like, you could have. He's really good at the names
Oh,
and the rhyming and
well,
everything.
we need him. Call him.
Oh, no, I
Message
don't want to
him.
I won't put him on the spot.
Yeah,
I
okay.
won't put him on the spot.
He'll get back to us.
No, normally if I had questions or whatever,
Mm.
100%. Or if I was like, oh my God, what is he? Yeah, for sure. But just calling someone and being like, hey, think of funny things.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get back to us once
Yeah.
he listens.
Yeah. He'll send a list. So yeah, do we have any other Neighbours stories? I'm so glad we recorded today. I actually feel a bit more energized.
Do you?
Do you?
No.
No.
But that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay, of course.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Have you got any more? Or have we got enough?
I think that's it. I think, yeah, look, there's, getting banned from neighbours' houses, not a huge surprise. Neighbour at the back. Oh, okay, here's a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a funny one. And Matthew, I apologise. He's going to remember this story for sure. My science teacher
Oh, no.
lived out the back, like lived behind
Like
us.
on your property.
No.
In the
So like
granny
in,
flat.
no, in the direction. So you know how we lived on a park. You know, in the granny flat. Yeah, my science teacher used to just run out there smoking
Hi,
doobies.
Mr. Henson. Good morning.
You haven't paid
nude.
rent again. Oh, I'll get it to you next week. You done your homework? Just pay the rent, dude. Just pay the rent, dude. I don't remember what her name was. It was a lady teacher.
Yeah.
But she was
I didn't know ladies were allowed to be teachers.
Oh, I know. It fucking annoys me so much. It's like, just get back to the kitchen. No. No, I was just clarifying for the story.
It was actually a lady teacher.
Oh, do you know?
Believe it or not.
Again, sorry, meandering, but my mum does this all the time. All the fucking time. Where if she's telling a story, she will, if that person is not white, she will 100% mention their ethnicity.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, so I had to go and see my doctor. He's Indian. And like, and it never comes up again.
Yeah.
It never comes up again. Okay, so science teacher lived out the back. This would have been when Matt was probably, I'm going to say his early 20s. All right. So he's going out, he's clubbing. I think he was working as a chef. And he used to do this thing. He used to do this thing where he'd be out in the city, and it was a long way to get home. Long way to get home from the city. And in a drunken state, you know, Matt's not like this as a person, but I think in a very drunken state, and his earlier days where he's a bit of a rebel, he would get a taxi, get it from the city, and he'd get it to home.
Yeah.
But he'd get it to that street. And then he'd go, okay, just wait here. I'll go inside and get the money.
Oh no.
And he'd, I think, run up the driveway, like run up as if he was going inside, climb over, run through the bushes, because they were connected to like this weird, you know, my parents' place is like a park, these weird bushes. Run through the bushes, go into our house and go to bed.
Oh my God.
And then one day we got a knock on the door, and I was so surprised to see my science teacher, because I, for one, remember at the time, I didn't even know she lived there.
Oh.
So I was just like, why are we getting a house call from Mrs. whatever the fuck her name was? I can't remember her name, but I was like, you know what I mean? Why are we getting, what have I done?
In science.
Yeah. I can't even remember how, but she like knew it was him, I'm
Well,
pretty
the
sure.
taxi driver probably knocked on her door.
And said, oh yeah, but then how would he know the name and stuff? It's
she would've
really
guessed.
interesting, eh? Because should we call Matthew and get the ending of this story?
If you want.
Daniel.
How you doing? Hey man, do you want to be on the podcast for a minute? Welcome, a cameo spot from my brother Matthew. Yay!
Hey,
we go.
Matt.
There we go.
Hello.
Oh, he
Is
did
that?
it
Are you
again.
doing the Maddie hello?
Yeah, I'm doing the Maddie hello
Oh,
the
you
intro.
stole my line, Matthew.
I've got it down pat. I do it all the time.
Oh, no.
He does it all the
Press
time.
the button.
Hey Matt, we were just telling the story about how because I'll let me tell you the story from my perspective, and then I'll get you to tell the story. So
Yep.
I remember not even knowing that my science teacher lived out the back, and then just getting a knock on the door one day, and I'm pretty sure she was like, Matthew keeps doing this thing and he's got to stop. So I'm so somehow
See, there's the laugh.
there's the laugh.
I told you.
Somehow you'd been doing it that enough times that she knew who you were. So give me the story from your perspective.
Look. So I didn't start it. It was actually Darren that started it.
Oh my God. That's so naughty.
That's so funny.
So Darren,
Let's blame
It was
Darren for
passed
this.
down.
it was passed down. So you used to be out at Manly or whatever.
I said the city. Yeah, I would. And it was
Yeah,
it was so
city.
so
It's like-
expensive to get home.
Like it did, we used to just do it. Like, so when we were out, we'd get a cab.
Yeah.
And Darren started it. So he used to get a cab, and there was the street directly behind us, because there was like our house is on the park, and you can access the park via the street behind, which is a
that's right. The
cul-de-sac.
bushes. Yeah.
The bushes, right? And so you used to say, yep, that was the address, and we knew the address, and you'd say,
knew the
"Blah, blah, blah, I
address?
can't
Of the bushes. Yeah.
you knew the number, and you'd go there, and then you're just like, oh shit, sorry man, I've just left the money inside. I'll just be back in a moment.
Oh my God.
And then you'd walk in towards the room, and then in towards the
house. Yeah.
and then just duck off to the right
Yeah.
into the bushes, which they'd led into the park.
Oh my God.
And then we used to run down. There was like a stairs or bushland going down to another street, and we used to run down there and hide.
Oh,
and then
just in
make
case.
our way back.
So just in
Yeah.
case he saw,
In case
they saw
chased us,
you.
or and a couple of times they chased us.
Oh,
I mean, I look
really?
back at- yeah,
Of
100%.
course.
We just it was running from a cab. It was a horrible thing to do.
So bad.
Yeah.
Like, if I could find that cabbie and pay him back, I definitely would.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But
That's
we
fair.
were, it was shitty teenagers.
No, for sure.
This was
But what? Okay,
when
so
I was
what?
like 17, 18 or
But so
something.
what I want to know then, if this happened multiple times and then there was occasional times where you would get chased, what I want to know is
Yeah.
how did this lead to my science teacher?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, how- Yeah.
So They worked
you
out-
gave
so-
her credit card details or something.
no, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But, so they worked out, look, it's the same person doing it over and over again, because it was, it would happen like once every couple of months or something.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And they worked out, look, it's the same person over and over again. And they spotted us going back into the house, because when the cab goes in, he knocks on the door and he's like, blah, 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 where the fuck's this money? You owe me money.
Mm.
They came out, and what caught us was that we had a sensor light at the front of our house.
We did. Yeah.
And so it would be like 2 a.m. in the morning or something,
Yeah.
and then you'd come up and the sensor would come on, and then we'd sneak into the house.
And you
So
were
they-
you were on the phone with your loud voice going, "Yeah, just did a runner on the cab." I just did a runner.
That laugh.
Yeah. No, go on.
Yeah, so they knew whose house it was, and then obviously they knew, look, it's either Darren or Matthew. You kids were not of the age of going out at that time.
No, you'd be surprised. No, I'm
returning
joking.
home
Yeah.
turning
Oh
home
my
at such a late night.
Wow. So they were
naughty.
because they were obviously, wow, that's so funny. It's so
Caught by
funny,
the
isn't it? It
sensor
got
light.
caught by the sensor light, and so then they came over and confronted. Did it stop after that, or were you like, "Oh, I'll try and"?
No, it stopped after we were confronted, because then we were just like, oh shit, because they said, oh look, we're going to call the police, rah 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 rah.
It is
We've given
really
you the details.
It
of the
is really.
cabbie.
It's funny as well, because I feel like that would have been a very short window, or whatever window that would have been, where you could actually say to the taxi driver, "Oh, no worries, wait here, I'll get the money." Like, I feel like nowadays, or even as early as 10 years ago, they'd be like, "No, leave your license
yeah,
or
leave
leave
your
your."
wallet
Do you know what I
here.
mean? You're not.
100%.
Like, it's crazy
was
that they were just
a-
like, "Okay."
yeah, they were just trusting, and also, this is time before or very early days
9/11.
of mobile phones.
Yeah.
So it's not like we had, what is it, NFC, or the pay to tap, or
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing.
anything like that. Even bank cards were a very sort of thing. It was
Yeah.
cash society.
So did the cab driver knock on your science teacher's door
Yeah.
that night?
Yeah, so they just kept knocking on the door, and it was different cab drivers.
This poor family.
You know, we're not getting the same cabbie every time.
I should hope not. I hope he'd learned his lesson in that case.
Yeah.
Okay, Marty, stop. All right,
Marty's
fine.
losing
Okay, we've
it.
got to wrap it up then. Hey, Matthew, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming
I'll give you a
on,
call.
Matt.
I'll give you a call after. Thanks for telling that story.
No worries.
All
Bye,
right,
kids.
see you, man. Bye. He got it. No, he said good night, kids.
No, he said bye, kids.
Oh, there you go.
Marty.
Marty, stop it.
Okay, we got to take him out. He's going to lose it.
Okay, we're gonna have to
Thanks for
sign off now
listening.
because Marty's going crazy. I'm so glad we got an episode done. That was a Neighbours one. We had a cameo from Matt. Why do I always feel like I have to wrap it up and summarize it? I don't know. You guys know what you fucking heard.
I think it's your producer brain or something.
It is. It's my producer brain, and now I'm feeling sick again.
Okay.
Sign us off, Maddie.
Good night, kids.
Good night, kids.